All right. Welcome, everybody. This is so unplanned. This is so not promoted, but it's okay. It's all right. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it do what it do because the truth don't need a large audience. The truth just needs the right audience, right? And so, yeah, this is not planned. This is so last minute. I have a show tonight, so I have to be very careful. You know, I got a show tonight, a premiere show tonight at 8 p.m. So, I get into the danger zone real quickly. Once we start hitting like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, that's the danger zone. So forgive me, West Coast. I know it is super early. It is 9:46 to all of my West Coast people. Thank you, Michelle Holly. But listen, we're here. And actually, somebody asked last night, I think it was Peaches Banks, asked me, was I doing a part 3 or a conclusion? And yes, I am. I think Candy even alluded and asked about it as well. So, yeah, I am. I am. Good morning from Tulsa. Yes, the beautiful city of Tulsa. Shout out to Crystal Williams. Shout out to the late Carlton Pearson and everybody of note. The Gap Band. Tulsa is a city rich in culture. Yeah. Black Wall Street. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay, so listen, everybody. Um, I'm not gonna labor long. Time check. Oh, we're okay. We're okay. I'm not gonna be long with this. I ain't gonna be long with this because I think I can monitor myself, um, because it's relatively early in the day and whatnot. So I think I can monitor myself very well. Okay. Um. Yeah. Hey, Ty, love it. Oh, thank you. This is like it's tie dye. It's dark up here. Then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. So it is hand dyed, and then they dip it. Yeah. I think it looks better in person than it does on screen. Um, you know what? I witnessed about an hour of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to unpack. Time clock story. No time clock needed. No time clock needed. I'll be okay. Because I gotta cook something. I want spaghetti today, and I'm going to I don't want to make a big pan of it. I just want a little spaghetti, just enough for 2 servings, right? And I know how to make it. I know how to make it work. So just make some really quick spaghetti, y'all, and that's gonna be for dinner tonight. Okay. Why don't we jump into it? But before we jump into it, I was hoping we could get 100 people. We're pushing 200 because I know this is a really awkward time of the day where I didn't get a chance to promote it other than put it in Patreon. So we're pushing 200, so that's a good thing. But do me a big favor, everybody that's here, can you please hit the like button? It will help get the word out, get the notifications out to people. Can you please hit the like button? Thank you so much. And subscribe. Subscribing is a benefit to any channel. Subscribe. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm gonna wait a few more milliseconds. Can you guys give me a like count before we get started? What are we looking at? Because we need to do at least half. I just finished eating spaghetti for lunch. I only want about 2 servings. I don't want, because see, I be throwing a lot of food away. So I know me. Just want like 2 servings. What are the likes looking like, Ty Squad? Let me know. 81? Okay. Can we do 100 likes? Can we get to 100 likes, please? Let me see if I can share this. Can we do 100 as soon as I turn this other thing down? Let me see if I can get this to a few extra people. I'm gonna do Instagram today. I never do Instagram. Let me send this to a few people on Instagram. Okay, just a few people on Instagram. I rarely do Instagram. I'm always doing Facebook. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we got a few out on Instagram. Hopefully that helps out a little bit. Okay. Done. Okay. If we can get to 100 likes, we really appreciate it. Everybody that's here, everybody that's here. If we can get to 100 likes, it would be appreciated. I'm about to get started with the conversation. We're at 98. We're almost there. We're just 2 away. Thank all of you people that love the content and enjoy my content. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I have been trying, you guys. I've been doing very good these last 2 videos on this matter. I've been doing very well. I have been trying to not, really go there with this story because, there's a part of me, there's the intellectual side of me, there's the charismatic side, and there's another side of me that, I can really, really, really go there with this story and with these people. And so I think I'm doing a phenomenal job being respectful to these people, although oftentimes, a lot of these folks in these stories are not very respectful to our community, even when they leave it. So I think I'm doing a really, really good job, if I may say so myself, with keeping my decorum and my ego, keeping my ego in check, because it really wants to read. It really wants to lay people out, right? But that doesn't get us anywhere. It doesn't get us anywhere. It does not. It really doesn't. It feeds my ego, but it won't feed the people, right? Yeah. But to all of these folks, these, they've popped up in the last few days, to the Rashad guy, to Cornelius, all of y'all, just be glad that I'm saved now. YouTube, I'm saved via the YouTube episcopacy. But I know what this mouth can do is it can damage, it can injure, and I don't want to be what I'm speaking against. All right. Just be glad. All right. Okay. That being said, y'all. So to give a backstory, because there's always somebody in the chat that may not know what's going on. There was an interview with a channel that is known for propagating anti-gay, well, not so much anti-gay, ex-gay, former gay content. Clarify that. Former gay, ex-gay deliverance content. We need to talk. The man is Ezekiel. He's always pushing that out, his content. And give me 1 second. And so that being said, a lot of us were taken aback when we saw Bishop Keith McQueen sitting down doing an interview with this said blogger, right? And so, like I said, everybody was like, well, what is going on? What is this about? And now we know what it's about. And let's be clear. Let's be very clear. We need to talk, aka Ezekiel, said that Bishop McQueen, or let's call him Mr. McQueen now. Mr. McQueen reached out to him. He said he received the email. The email was so deep. He's never been so moved to do a story. That's what Ezekiel said from We Need to Talk. He said he was moved. He was swept in the Holy Spirit. Okay, wonderful. And so he then did the interview. They got together and did the interview. And one of the things that angered me the most, again, if you want to be delivered, if you want to be saved and set free, go for it. My problem is, I want people to know what my problem is. My problem is when you leave a community that you have swapped and sucked and swallowed and plowed. I'm getting triggered already. When you leave these communities and then you go and join these heteronormative spaces, and then you talk as though you have never been an advocate for that community. If that's your story and you're sticking with it, go for it. It's very angering for people. Like, I didn't really like how you just kept talking about sex and hypersexualization, and everything is rooted in sex, and it made no sense. Like, what is this about? Sex and more sex. And that was on Ezekiel's We Need to Talk YouTube channel, right? And so now, fast forward, now you land on Friend to the Show, my brother, Will Horn show. You wind up over there. You know what, Jay? I'm not touching none of this. I'm not. Let me get out this chat. So now you wind up on my brother Will Horn show. Great guy, powerful theologian, powerful guy. If you need somebody in your corner when it comes to LGBTQ and theology, go get Will Horn. So you wind up over there, and I had already reached out to Will yesterday to let him know that I was going to be doing some commentary on this. I have his phone number, so I was able to text with him and let him know what was going on, and he thanked me for it. I said I was going to be promoting the podcast that he was doing last night as well. And you get over here to Will Horn show. This is your second stop. This is your second stop. Okay. So he gets over to Will Horns, and now, watch this stuff done. And now you gotta clear some things up about the We Need to Talk podcast YouTube channel. Oh, you didn't know they was gonna put it out before you talk to your people. You didn't know they was gonna edit it the way it was edited, and there was a lot of editorial decisions that you wasn't privy to. Oh, got it. So basically, you were not told that when it was going to get put out, and then it was put out. You did not sign off on the word ex-gay. When you agree to do these interviews, you turn a lot of things over to the person. When you agree to do the interview, you turn a lot over to them. That's why you need to do research before you jump on platforms. That's why you need to do research. I would have told you. I would have told you about Ezekiel had you called me. You probably don't even know me. But had you asked around, we could have told you. I'm sorry. That don't excuse the fact. It don't excuse the fact that your members, people that have given up their lives, people that have moved across the country, people that have helped you build this ministry from the ground up, found out on a podcast, found out when everybody else found out. I'm sorry. Ezekiel does what he does. And as much as I find his content about gay people very dangerous and very injurious to the LGBTQ community, he has the right to do it under the Constitution, unfortunately. All of this is on you, sir. It is. All of this, you can't lay this at Ezekiel's lap. Ezekiel is going to do content. There's nothing spiritual about that stuff that they're doing with the the ex-gay, former gay. There's nothing spiritual about that. That is a way to promote their beliefs about Christianity and whatever they got going on. Okay? Ain't nothing deep about that stuff. It's not deep. It's not spiritual. I watched an hour. I watched about 30 minutes last night. And then I watched about maybe 30, 40 minutes this morning. And I said, I'm done. I'm done with this man. There's nothing else left for me to watch. I'm over it. I want to cleanse myself of this story when I conclude this live right now. because one of the things that I really couldn't move forward watching is all this laughing. I understand. People in the chat was saying, why is he laughing? What is so funny? I understand nerves make you laugh. I get it. But Will Horn was sitting there like, you was trying to laugh, like to make him laugh, and he was not. It's not a funny matter. It's not. People are broken right now. People are lost and confused. These YouTube people, these, ex-gay, former gay YouTube channels, they don't give a damn about what's going on. They don't. All they want is their content so they can get their numbers and that check can drop. I promise you, that's what, at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. All he saw was somebody that's going to promote his agenda on his channel, saying that they're no longer same-sex attracted. And what a lot of people didn't understand, Will just letting him talk. See, when you let people talk, a lot of the truth that may be trying to be suppressed will eventually wiggle its way out. So if you come too hard and you come with all these Barbara Walter questions, usually they sit down and they kind of shrink back down. So it's best just to let them get it out while they're on the roll. Then he did like a little cry, a little sniffle and cry. He had some real bad, stuff going on with his nose running and stuff. And so I don't know, maybe he had sinus problems or some type of, cold or something. I don't know. I watched all of it early this morning. He was rambling all over the place. I saw that, Pastor Horn said he watched the whole Ezekiel interview. I couldn't do it, y'all. I tried my best. If y'all are watching these 2-hour videos, one was 2 hours and 30 minutes, one was 2 hours and 51 minutes. I'm here to declare today, October 30th. Please, y'all, stop letting these videos vomit in your spirit. I have had conversations that were substantive, right? Really great conversations that can last multiple hours, but there's something that's coming out of it. I'm not sitting through no conversations where somebody is sitting up just vomiting. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. It's a waste of time. If you cannot do it in 1 hour to 90 minutes, it probably don't need to be told. And what you're saying is probably full of, yeah. He is. And I don't say, and I'm not saying not to watch Will Horn's interview because you may glean something from it. Some of y'all may be going through some things. But I definitely don't recommend watching that 2 hours and 51 minutes of that man, Ezekiel, and we need to talk. That's just too much. Way too much going on. Can we do better with the likes? Thank you so much. Can we do better with the likes? If we can reach 300 at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I would be really, really, really grateful. That would be a lot for me. I promise you, it would be a lot. 300 at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Are you serious? Okay. I want to say this, y'all. I want to say this. I want to be clear about this so people can understand this. Please understand me when I say this. People are acting as though God is unstable. All of these things that are going on with the ex-gay and some of these people, and they're acting as though God is unstable. No, God is stable. You are unstable. Mentally, probably, and spiritually. I want to drive it home. If you don't remember nothing else from this live, God is not unstable. God is not unstable. These people are. I promise you they are. He was talking about the ministry that he came out of. Then he said, well, I don't want to give their name out. Okay, you don't want to give the ministry that you came out of? Okay. Now, listen, I understand if your mama and your daddy got a ministry or got a church or something, and you don't want to discuss. I get that. I understand that. But if it's some other type of ministry, why not talk about it? It's the ministry that you came out of. I came out of Holy Deliverance Pentecostal Church, 1141 North Lincoln in the city of Pasadena. The pastor was the late Rogers DeCure. That's where I came out of. And then he goes on to talk about, in the Will Horn interview, he goes on to talk about that somebody in Atlanta, a pastor, a prophet, whoever in Atlanta, I guess they're the ones that kind of planted the seed or spoke into his life about something, and it was confirmation what he was already feeling. But he didn't want to say who that was. Oh, girl. Okay. Transparency is something that's really lacking in the church, y'all, today, the black church. He didn't want to say who that was. I guess the person that kind of like told him something and it confirmed, I guess, what he was already feeling. What are the likes looking like? What are the likes looking like? If we can reach a certain number, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think it is. I wasn't even gonna do this. I wasn't. I swear I wasn't. But I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. I want to see if we can get to a certain number of likes. What are the likes looking like? I take really good men to 150. If we can get to like 175, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think this is. I wasn't even gonna do it because I was gonna just like see how this goes, see how this play out. But if we can get to 175 likes, I'm gonna tell you what exactly I think is going on. But I'm gonna wait and see if we can pull another 25 more likes. I'm gonna wait. Yeah. Y'all let me know we get there. And if we don't, when we do get to 175, I'll come back to it. Yeah. Y'all let me know. Keep me in the know with the likes. You got people, LGBTQ people. He say he's been getting resignation letters. People have been sending him resignation letters. People now have to pick up the pieces and find out what they're gonna do with the rest of their spiritual, lives. And to find out your ministry, is no longer, and then we still don't know. I don't know if he spoke about it. Like, is he going to just shutter the ministry? Is he going to turn it over to somebody? But I don't even know who would want to be involved. Who would want to be involved? Like, with a ministry that has kind of like come to this, somebody could easily take over, and you hand it to somebody and they could take over, and it may stop this massive hemorrhaging. I would be honest, if I were anybody in that church, I probably wouldn't stay. I don't care how you kind of fix it up. I don't know what his plan is, y'all. I wouldn't stay because it would be like, why? For what? This is not what I signed up for. Let me know when we get to 175 likes. People have given their all to build a lot of these ministries, and there is no care and consideration. There is no care and consideration when the rubble hits the road and when you have some sort of damn epiphany. Now, I'm out of here. Bye. I'm out. Do we know if Ezekiel gave him a heads up? Do we know if Ezekiel said, I'm going to drop the interview today? Is it his duty, Ezekiel, to tell Mr. McQueen the interview is dropping today? I'm going to guess he probably didn't. I'm going to guess he probably didn't tell him and just dropped the interview. And so now all of the members are now being blindsided. People are finding out in real time. What? I'm pretty sure he probably didn't. I don't know. But my thing is this. Before you went to do the interview with Ezekiel, the ex-gay slayer, before you went to do the interview with him, you should have sat down and called a meeting with your body, with your members, and let them know, I am getting ready to do this. This is where my life is. But see, I think you probably, is it possible that you probably wanted to do it, like maybe do a rollout or something and then have it all like a big system? Is that it? Because, you know, my theory is that something made you panic. That's, listen, something made you panic. Now, in my private time, when I'm laying in the bed, I kind of like go through my mind and put together scenarios. I'm like, well, could it be this or could it be that? And this morning I was sitting there thinking, I said, because I already think there's something or something's going on. I know you say this has been in the making for years. Keith, this has been going on internally in you for a while now. I know. That's what you say. The streets is saying, not Tyesse or the official Tyesse report, but the streets is saying that you're going through a separation, some sort of divorce. That's not confirmed by the official Tyesse report. That's not confirmed. That's what the streets is saying. Some sort of divorce, some sort of, you know, breakup is looming, or separation is going on. We got the 175 likes. This is all hypothetical. This is all speculation. It's an opinion. It's not facts. I'm an old gay. I'm old in gay years. 50 chronologically. I'm about 80 in gay years. Yeah, I am. I wonder, Keith, I wonder if there is trouble in love land. I wonder if there may be something, if there is trouble, if there is a pending divorce or separation. All of this is speculation. All of this is rumors and innuendo. But I wonder if there's something that you may feel that is going to come out from said partner or from somebody, you know, let's just say from the partner, and you know you're going to need somewhere to go, because maybe what's going to be said is going to be something that the LGBTQ community can't get behind or can't, you know, support you with. And so right now, the white evangelical Turning Point USA sector is really ripe and fertile for new people, and they love they love ex-gays. It's very, very marketable. It's very, very, very financially rewarding being a former homosexual, a former lesbian. Although many of you still look like your former selves, i.e. Jackie Hill Perry. But it's very lucrative. But is this a hypothetical? I could be wrong. I could be thinking too much into it. But this seems like something made you rush and not think these things through, because in this interview that you did with Brother Will Horn, I see the energy on you that you didn't think this through, and this is like not what your intended outcome was supposed to be. I see it on you. But you're in it now. What can you do? You trusted a man, Ezekiel, that you don't even know. You trusted him with your story because you probably saw him do other ex-gay stories. You don't know that man. You don't know that man. You don't know him. You really could have researched and looked at one of these bloggers over here and probably came and did a better job. But see, sometimes y'all look at the numbers. You look at the numbers and then you say, well, I'm gonna go to them because they're more mainstream or they're more this. And then I want to get in their audience anyways. So then I'll be in their ethos. But you didn't expect all of this to fall apart like this. And so now you're left picking up the pieces. Ezekiel got his content, got his numbers. Ain't nothing you can do to him, you know. This ain't no contractual matter. You know, you agreed to come on his show. He gets to do whatever he wants to with that footage because you agreed to go on there. But I wonder, is this some sort of situation where there's some type of, you know, something's coming and I'm trying to get ahead of it and try to get in a space where I can be taken care of and covered by a certain sector or a new demographic? Let me say this, Tyesse. I don't say this lightly because I've been wounded as a gay man, black gay man. I've been hurt. I don't say this lightly. I thought about this before I said this. I've thought about this before I'm saying this, you know. And I say this with great thought. Okay. So please hear me when I say this. Scenarios in these folks that are out here doing this right now, this ex-gay, former gay stuff, even if it's a noted pastor of a major denomination or a major church, I think we need to release these people. I was talking to somebody and they said he needs to just go away for 3 years and then try to figure out what's going on. I think we need to release these people, release them to go with it. Because I have seen this before, not with a pastor of an LGBTQ denomination like this, but I have seen this before. Okay. When they go out there, most of them, when they go out there in the wilderness and they see some things and then they can't fight and wrestle with themselves any longer, they usually come back and double back. Most of them, like Jackie Hill Perry, if it's lucrative, if everything's shiny and the grass is green, they keep it going. But most come back around here. But I feel that these people need to be marked. They do. I'm sorry. They need to be marked. That's what the Bible says. They need to be marked. And they need to not ever be able to play in people's faces ever again. Ever, 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 ever again. Never. And you can agree or you can disagree. Well, Tyesse, God gave you grace. He gives us grace. He gives all of us grace, yes. But these people need to be somewhere to themselves, dealing with themselves and healing and doing what they need to do. And when you get everything together, stay where you're at. Because people, black gay people, are going through too damn much right now. Under this administration and life in general. For us to be sitting up here having to deal with this from our own and from people that said they had a charge and a mantle. We don't have time for this. People's lives are on the line. People are losing their lives. If you want to be straight, if you don't think, well, you say you still are attracted. You don't know where, you know, why he put that ex-gay up there. Okay, well, you was talking about it like it was nasty. You kept talking about it like it was nasty. So maybe he picked up on your energy. These people that do this kind of stuff, like the little boy, what's his name? Rashad, running around talking about people need to get delivered. I just saw a video of him. I was literally on Facebook scrolling this Keith McQueen story and saw a video of the young man Rashad, the one that says Larry needs to repent and rebuke. Okay, see if I can find that. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Did y'all see that, the little boy? Did y'all see him say that? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. Did y'all see the little dark skinned boy over there talking about, Okay. Here he is.
So when I was 8 years old, I'm still in my mom's clothing. I lost my virginity.
Hold on, let me see if I can get the audio on.
To a man. I lost my virginity to a man. Yeah. So when I was 8 years old, I'm still in my mom's clothing. I'm still in her makeup, all that stuff. I'm looking up weird stuff like drag queen sex, men and men sex. Junior year of high school, I got into a down low secret homosexual relationship with 2 males. Nobody knew about this, man. I would leave basketball practices and go hang out with these guys. We're doing oral sex. We're doing anal. Man, I felt so disgusting, bro. I remember even telling myself, what you doing, bro? You just had sex with a man. But I couldn't stop. I started getting my eyebrows done, started getting my hair done, started getting my nails done. From the outside looking in, it probably looked like Rashad got it. He's happy, but deep down inside, I was like, I don't want to be here. I remember hearing his voice. It kept talking to me. You should give your life to Jesus. You tried the drugs. You tried the sex. You're still empty. Why don't you try Jesus? One day, I'm in my dorm room. I remember just laying on my bed, and I'm looking up at the popcorn ceiling. And I said, Lord, I know if I die tonight, I got a free ticket in my pocket to but the only way I'm going to serve you is if you show me that you're real. So a few days later, I'm hanging out with one of my friends at the time. And this specific day, I had a crop top, a jean jacket, silk pants, and white acrylic toenails and blonde hair. I leave that night. It's probably around midnight. And I walk into my truck. And when I go into my truck, I went to go put the key in ignition, but I felt a presence. I didn't know what it was. It was like a strong, thick presence. I was like, man, what is this? And when I turned to the passenger side, boom, Holy Spirit struck me right there.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Wow. The Holy Spirit met him in the truck. Yeah, the Holy Spirit met him in the truck. Hold on 1 second. And hold on. And in the video, the title is "I was a," and then they give a very vulgar definition or description that people use for transgender people, right? And so to the young man, Rashad, to Cornelius, to all of these folks that are out here, on this, I'm no longer gay and I got delivered. Again, if you want to be delivered, nobody's trying to keep you in the gay community. Go on and be yourself. But just the way they go about, talking about the community that they just came out of. Because the way he described that basketball, that sounded like somebody may have been running trains on you. I'm just being honest, And so he said, basketball, and he was over there playing basketball. That sounded like somebody may have been running trains on you. I'm just being honest. And so now here you are on Evelyn Champagne King's internet, now talking about people need to repent and you're rebuking people. See, they go after Larry because Larry is a big fish. Larry is the premier blogger in the church world, entertainment sector. He wouldn't rebuke he wouldn't rebuke somebody with 200 subscribers. I'm just saying he wouldn't rebuke somebody that don't have no following. That's how these people are trying to build a name for themselves, while all the time at the same time gaining viewers and trying to make money and going to conferences. And this is a business. It is. What's his name over there? His name is Rashad Vermain. I want to say Rashad Vermain. Now I see he has a wife. Sir, if you want to be married, if God has changed, if God have changed your life, sir, and you want to be married, and you found you somebody, go for it. All y'all. The man Cornelius with the bleach skin that was on Sunny's best, if y'all are all God to change y'all and turn y'all around, although you was just twerking your booty like you was on an episode of Soul Train, but we'll excuse that. We'll excuse that, Cornelius. It's all good. It's all good. I just wish y'all would just when you leave, just go and be with them people. You don't have to talk about us. You don't have to talk about us and make it seem like we are the worst people in the world, or you done sucked and swallowed your way through several counties. That's all I'm asking you. Don't talk about us when you just left us 2 days ago and the residue in your stitch is still running down your leg. That's all I'm saying. I don't care if you want to be, delivered and saved. Go for it. Have fun. When right here by your mouth looks like a snail trail. Anybody knows when snails are outside, it's a trail. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Very much that. Very much that. What's the name over there? Booty jumping. He knew what he was doing. His name is Cornelius. And he be talking and get the Holy Ghost. And like sir, listen. Boy, if y'all, I don't even know how these people play with God like they do. I would be so scared. They would be glad it's not like in the biblical days when people would just, who's that it said something? Was it Ananias and Sapphira? And they just dropped dead? Y'all would be glad this is not like it was back in the biblical days, because all of y'all would be wiped out in one moment. Crystal, I'm trying my best because what I could say would be injurious, and I'm talking about people being injurious. But I'm trying my best to fight back what I really want to say about these former homosexuals. What they tend to do is they tend to, for whatever reason, they tend to package these stories up as though they have been struggling, or it's been in the back of their minds ASAP for a long time. Again, God is not unstable. If you started out in ministry and you wanted to affirm people, and I heard your rationale and your reasoning for, all of that. And you're saying, well, God was true and everything that you felt was real, and everything that I said, if you felt everything was real. Okay. This is where it gets confusing to people. This is where you're losing everybody. Everything you said, everything you did to affirm LGBTQ people was real. Okay, right? This is why I say God is not unstable. God is not, wayward-minded. So everything was real. Everything people felt was real. But now I'm at a place where this isn't for me. Oh my God. And you so pressed about this block button, you just got somebody talking about you so pressed, y'all so pressed about this man, and you so pressed on your way to that damn elevator. Yeah. Y'all so pressed about this man, and you so pressed on the elevator head down to that parking lot. Yes, you are. I ain't gonna argue with these people. I'm not in the mood because I've been hurt your feelings. You done started a ministry from the ground up. People done came in. People done got ordained. People that did this. People that done that. And now all of a sudden you saying like, yeah, but I just feel like this isn't for me. Okay, well, listen. There are going to be people that try to do this discussion, y'all. Your sexuality and your spirituality are separate. See, that's going to be a problem because, they use certain things concerning your sexuality as a conversation or a way to weaponize the Bible. in your spirit, in your sexuality, right? In your soul, in your sexuality. So when it comes to gay, I guess there's no intersectionality, but everything else, you know, we can kind of like, okay, we can play around with it. But there is intersectionality, Pascal, when it comes to your soul, your spirit, and your sexuality. They do go together. They do. If you once had a thing for a man and you're now rubbing on bodies because you are masseuse, you can't make me think that you change your ways. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. Brother Ham says something about safety in the community. Horn, which is so important. These people are now safe and become antagonistic to the movement. That's why I said they need to be marked. A lot of them come back. A lot of them come back. But I think we need to start marking these people. This is not safe. This is not safe for our community. As I said, Ezekiel, these people do not care. They think that you're an abomination. They think that something's wrong with you. And many of them are struggling with stuff. Because some of y'all, we be seeing it in our own spirit realm. You know, some of these, you know, YouTubers that are promoting this stuff. Some of them, you can see some things going on. But you just don't want to say nothing because, you know, this, you don't want to make everybody, you know, struggling. But, you know, we don't want to be out there doing that, you know. Yeah, oh, y'all want to make everybody LGBTQ. Okay, no, but like when I be seeing stuff, I be looking at people and I see stuff. I watched one of his videos, what's that, Ezekiel? I saw one of his videos just recently. He talked about it for about 30, 40 minutes. He said that he had a addiction to masturbation and he couldn't stop masturbating. I've watched his content before. I'm not on here blasting this guy. Let me see. He just did a video. It was called, you know, he said he couldn't stop jacking off, basically. So, you know, everybody's out here struggling with something. Hold on one second. Yeah. Kurt Franklin said he had a similar problem. Thank you, Alicia Monroe. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Where is that video? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it was about 37 minutes. You guys should check it out. The guy that hosted, Pastor, well, former everything, McQueen. Yeah. It's called Conquering Masturbation. How masturbation had me bound, but God. That's Ezekiel. He did a whole video on it. He was addicted to masturbation. Here's the video. Let me get it for so y'all can see what it looked like. Okay, it's called Conquering Masturbation. How masturbation had me bound, but God. Ain't that something? So everybody's out here to struggle with something, you know. Whew. Yeah, Timber. Yeah, sis. I agree that pastor should use wisdom. Maybe he should say that he is abstaining to get closer to the Lord. Would that be better? At this point, whatever you want to do, I'm tired of, you know, giving people advice on what they need to do. These are grown people, Alicia. No shade to you. You know, whatever you got going on, sir, I don't know what to tell you now because it's like when you've been in ministry for 20 years, Alicia. When you've been in ministry for 20 and 25 years, nobody should be having to coach you on what's going on. You know, I'm sorry. No, should nobody be, you should know what the hell is going on with you, sir. He kept trying to reiterate, you know, I'm still attracted. We know you're still attracted to men. It ain't even been 2 damn weeks. Suppression causes self-destruction behaviors. My thing is ASAP. See, they got to the point now where they're out here marrying people and having kids. See, that's where y'all done took this. Y'all done went too far. As my sister Mahogany used to say, y'all done took the joke way too far now. I don't mean that, Alicia, to be dismissive. But you should know what's going on in yourself enough to be able to articulate that. Enough to articulate that to people, Alicia. Your church members first. You should have been talking about somebody talking to you, a prophet talked to you years ago in Atlanta. And I guess they got the ball rolling because you was already feeling some type of way anyways. Why didn't you talk to your members back then and tell them you had some issues going on? It ain't been 2 damn weeks. I'm serious, Larry. You talk about, yes, I'm still attracted to men. We know you are. Keith, can you say the name again? Who? Marcus. We need to talk. The man that said he was delivered for masturbation. He said he was masturbating all day long, sun up to sundown, multiple times a day. Him, this guy. That's what the interview was at. We need to talk. Hit this guy. Will Horn did a follow-up interview, and now Keith is right there talking about he didn't know it was going to get put out before he talked to his people. He didn't know it was going to be edited this way. A lot of what he said was, okay, I'm sorry. Same thing I said to Tamar when she was over there going against WeTV. They can edit and make things look a certain way. They can edit and make things chronologically that didn't happen. But what I told y'all when Tamar was going against WeTV, they cannot edit what you say. That would be AI. You said it and we heard it. So you can't come right here with this damn YouTube interview remorse. You said it and we heard it. You made it seem like gay people are just out here having Roman orgies. That is your experience. Please, can y'all please stop going on these platforms? Because what Ezekiel and these people are going to do, what these people are going to do is, like Ezekiel and his followers, that's all they need to reinforce their stereotypes of gay people. You should know that. I'm going to make my spaghetti, y'all. I have a show tonight. I'm done. I can't do this. You going on this man's show and talking about homosexuality the way you did, you should know that's red meat to these people. You should know that. Why would you say that stuff that you said? You make it seem like the way it comes across is okay, yeah, they saved, but they real, they saved, but and they, they love the Lord, they serve God, but it's really a nasty vein that goes through it, just freaks. That's how it comes across. That might have been your intent. Oh, Jesus, y'all. This is my last video. I have to move on, y'all. You said it. You can't put that on that man. As problematic as he is. You said it. You said what you said. Can you, we could probably, give you maybe 5% grace. Can you tell us who this prophet was you spoke to in Atlanta that told you some things? And can you tell us what church you came out of that you didn't tell us? What was your home church? Tell us what happened. We'll probably give you about 5% grace on this matter. Who's the prophet you talked to or the pastor you talked to in Atlanta? They gave you some sort of confirmation about some things you was going through internally. It's been years now. You've been struggling, and then he keeps talking about a lot of people feel this way. They've hit me up privately and told me that a lot of them want to kind of like leave the life and move on and get delivered. They do? Who? Who told you that? A lot of people have privately left the church and moved on with their lives. They have who? Go get your roster, your member roll. Who was it? Child, y'all, I cannot. Is Larry still here? Larry, are you going live today at any point? That'll give me something to watch while I'm eating or cooking. Is Larry, you still here? You going live, baby? Mm-hmm. Ty Squad, please mind your whether you're LGBTQ, whether you're LGBTQ at 3:30. Okay, perfect timing. I think I'm just doing Instacart order, y'all. I don't feel like going out. I'm gonna do an Instacart order. I'm gonna cook here at home. Y'all, I'm just done. I'm just done. I'm tired of these people. I'm sick of them. You know. Okay, somebody just hit me up from hold on one second. Okay. Okay. Somebody just hit me up from Virginia. From Virginia concerning somebody just hit me up from Virginia. Okay, Caspar, listen. Okay, Caspar, we gotta wrap this up, and I gotta go live on another matter. Okay, I gotta go live on another matter. We got news out of Virginia that I gotta cover. Okay, we got a code 10 situation. So listen, we gotta go live, right? We gotta go live. Okay. I think these people need to be marked. They need to go away. Somebody suggested 3 years. I think Mr. McQueen needs to go away at least a decade. Just go away for 10 years and come back and see how everything's doing. Okay? Go away for a decade. Tasquad, out of the 370 people that are here, how many of you will be back in 5 minutes? Out of the 370 people that are here, how many people will be coming back in 5 minutes? We do have some news that we need to cover out of Virginia. How many people will be coming back in 5 minutes? We just need time to break down. We got to come back. Okay. How many people are available to come back? Do we have anybody in Virginia that's in the chat? Anybody that's in Virginia that's in the chat? Anybody in Virginia that is in the chat? All right. So we need y'all Virginia folks to come and stop by here too. You'll be back? Okay. What's that man name? Keith McQueen. May the blessings of God be upon you. May God watch and give you peace over your life. And just know the official Tyesse Report will be here. If anything should be ever revealed, I will be here to cover it with integrity. But the next time you go on one of these blogger shows like Ezekiel, We Need to Talk podcast, do a little research on these folks. You know, talk, ask around. You've been better off coming to one of the urban church sector girls. We would have handled you with care, like Pastor Horn did last night. All right. Eastern, sis. Eastern. Okay, Eastern. Okay, y'all, we gotta go because we it's a lot going on. But I always said I wanted to be a blogger, so you gotta be up for the task. Barbara Walters did it, I have to do it. Okay, so let's rock and roll. Let me get this information and get all this to you, and we will be live in about 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. So please come back. Please cover the Marcus Thomas. I want to hear your opinion. Is that Marcus Thomas the prophet that everybody's always saying his prophecies are false? David? Is that Marcus Thomas, the man that everybody's saying his prophecies are false? And my name is Tyesse, no R. Just take the R out and add an S. I love you, Lynn. No worries. I'm just trying to see, is that you in Virginia, Lisa Mac? Good. Okay. All right. Yes, him. Okay, what you want me to say? False prophets are a dime a dozen around here. What you want me to say, David? He's a false prophet because everybody's saying his prophecies are about as accurate as a pregnancy test for somebody that ain't did no sex with the 17K. Okay. Email me, David. Just email me all of your concerns and I'll see what I can do. Okay. Can you do that for me? Email me. Right. Let me get my email address. I don't have it available. Okay. We ain't got the email address. It's Tyesse76@yahoo.com. Email me all your concerns about the prophetic. Okay. And we'll get you squared away. It's my solemn promise to you. Okay. Just email me all of your concerns about Prophet Marcus Thomas, and we'll get you squared away in a prompt manner. Okay. All right. Child, I don't know what I can add to it. These prophets are running around here like it's BOGO, like buy one, get one free. Like you at ShopRite or Rent a Center or something. Like you at buy low. You get a prophecy. You get a prophecy. Okay, y'all, let me go. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Somebody sent some cash. Thank you, Linda McGuire. I love you, sister. Thank you so much for $10.30. Okay, somebody sending in another lead. Okay, what do we have here? Whew. Okay. Stop lying on God. He did not tell you that. Okay, I'll look at it. I'm gonna look at it, y'all. I'm gonna look at all of it. Yeah, I'm gonna look at all of it. Stop, y'all do need to stop lying on God. Stop lying on the Lord. Okay, y'all. We will be live in just a minute. We'll be live in just a minute. Love you. Go out and come back and look for the thumbnail. Okay. Be sure to hype this video, hit the hype on it, and it'll get a little more traction. Okay. All right. We gotta go. Love y'all. I'm doing a cold exit, y'all. Cold exit. I gotta go.